Another cold, dreary day, so our indoor project today is taking this scrap wood and making a useful workbench that we really need out of it. Okay, so right off the bat, I want to say thank you to the very kind folks out there. One young lady sent us a drone, for crying out loud. Another wonderful lady sent us some books on beekeeping, which thank you very much, and we're going to make that video you were asking for. And I also want to thank the Veterans for Child Rescue, and I want to thank all of you out there who participated, and thank you so much. We were able to send 500 bucks to them, and they sent us a shirt, so it's a pretty cool shirt. So anyway, thanks to everybody. So we're going to take this scrap wood that's been sitting out there for about a year, and we're going to take this old tabletop. It was a kitchen tabletop. I mean, it's just sitting here not doing anything. Folks, one of the biggest problems we have in here in this workshop is we have all the work we have to do on the floor or try to make some makeshift platform. One of my biggest complaints is every time I sharpen the chainsaw, I have to kind of contort myself a certain way, either do it on the tailgate of the truck, hope it's not raining. We all need, William has his woodworking, Michelle does all kinds of things on the table like this. I need something that serves a lot of purposes, can be mobile, and is easy to put together. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take this old tabletop and we're going to make a legit workbench out of it. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's as hard as woodpecker lips. So it's going to be perfect for what we're going to do. Also, another cool thing for this table is that I do a lot of butchery, and I'd like to do more of it. And a lot of the infrastructure that we're doing in this space kind of lends itself to that. So I also need a bench that obviously I'm not going to sharpen the chainsaw and then cut up a sheep on it or a pig or anything like that. But I could easily retrofit it and make it possible for me to do those things. So we're going to take these 4x4s, we're going to attach it to here. The only thing we had to buy was casters and a vise. And that's all going to make sense here in a minute. So with that said, folks, me and William are going to get to work and make this thing something that we're happy to work with. I'd be remiss following the last video to not address the mess behind me. It's still a work in progress, folks. And I got more, you can't see it in the frame, but I got shelving here, shelving there. This whole place is going to be shelving. And first things first, though, we need this workbench to make things go much easier. And all this junk in here is going to have a home. All right, folks, there ain't really nothing to it. Just basically make a couple of squares. You don't even have to do it this way. Every time I've been on an industrial job in the past, we've always taken time to make a fabrication table. Usually those are somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 feet by 8 feet. And it's used for us to fabricate conduit and stuff like that. This is basically our version of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even need to be square. It doesn't have to be any of that stuff. I just need a platform to work on. So now we've taken this scrap wood and we've made a box. In the past, I would have put some gussets in here just to make it that much simpler and just staple it in there with some wood glue. And that would normally, believe me, it holds up to everything I'd want to do. And we still may do that after the fact. But all we're going to do right now is basically attach this one to here, and you're thinking, man, why does it need to be that robust? It needs to be, because this thing is going to be doing a lot of heavy work. I don't need anything that shifts. I don't need anything that's rickety. So we're gonna put this to here, the other one on the other side, build the rest of it, and then it's off to the races. All right, so we got it all put together, and now we got some casters, and we added some gussets to it because it was a little bit rocky this way. Well, when you put these gussets on here, it ain't going anywhere. It's real good going this way. So as of yet, it's not a concern. If there is a concern in the future, well, it's about a 5-minute fix. Now, we're gonna flip this thing over and then add the vise to the top of it. But thus far, folks, every bit of this stuff is recycled material. There's nothing that says you gotta use an old tabletop. It can be anything. You can make it. You can use some plywood if you wanted to, but it's up to you. So we had this stuff around. The only thing we had to buy was the casters here, and you can get them for next to nothing at Harbor Freight if that's what you want to do, and a vise. So we'll go ahead and add that on there now. All right, folks, that is a wrap. So the last thing we did was add this handy dandy vise here, which makes it 10 times easier sharpening a chainsaw when I can just do one of these numbers here instead of having to, you know, it's locked in place. It's so much easier to do in a vise. But the cool thing is we took scrap materials and made something very, very useful out of it. Now, what else can this table do? Okay, because it is super stout, I can roll it anywhere I need to go. I can also take this off of here and, you know, process a pig, sheep, cow. Well, maybe not a cow unless I break it down into the primals, but you get the point. William can do his woodworking out here, and I probably ought to get whatever use out of this vise before Michelle grabs a hold of it and breaks it, because she could break a ball bearing. She's back there, and apparently she doesn't find that too funny, but I think she does. Anyway, it's cool this is done. Good indoor project to do when the weather's nasty. You know, I guess the next project for me is to get this garage finished up completely. So folks, remember, subscribe, tell your friends about us, hit that notification bell. So until next time, this is Billy, the Permaculture Pimp Daddy, where PIMP stands for Permaculture is my passion. We'll see you next time.